The online assessment of writing methods. In this video, we're going to talk about the handwriting evaluation. Here's a very quick overview of how this works, and then later on in the video, I will go through details. So the first step is the adult completes the test setup page, which will allow you to document how the student will be writing. This is optional, and we'll talk about that in a lot more detail later on. So the part that the student does is actually extremely simple. So the second step is the student clicks Start Timing. They do their handwriting exercise, and for the most part your student will be writing on paper with a pen or a pencil or some kind of writing tool. And then once they're done, they click on I'm done and they take a picture of the image. That's how simple it is. Super quick and simple. The website collects the data, it calculates the writing speed, and it transcribes the handwriting into text all in the background. So that's how quick and easy it is, but let's talk about the details and how this works. So there are two ways that your student can take the handwriting test. The first one would be from directly within their own account on typingtraining.com. And the second way is that you, as the adult parent or educator, you can assign the handwriting exercise to your student from your own administration account. And then when your student logs in, all they need to do is click on Take Assignment, and it's super simple for them to go ahead and do that. In both cases, you can, as the adult, you can set the test setup variables, and we will talk a lot more about test setup. Sometimes your student can also set the test setup, but for the most part, the adult would be doing that, and we'll talk about that in more detail. In this particular video, we're going to look at how the student can take the handwriting test from within their own account. There is no previous setup required on the administration account, apart from just making sure your student account is set up initially. These are step-by-step instructions to show you how to do all of that for the writing. So your student logs in to typingtraining.com with their own login. When they get to this screen, they then go to, so what you would do as the adult, and your student possibly could do this once they learn how, but essentially what you're going to do is going to go to My Account and Status and Settings, because it's really recommended for you to document information on the test setup here. So if you go to Test Setup, I will in a different video give you a lot more information about this test setup. It's really actually quite self-explanatory. So here you would put information about your student, user information, environment and tasks. This is really similar to the SET framework, student, environment and tasks. And then for handwriting, under method of text entry, I'm going to make this a little bit bigger here so you can see it easily on the video. For handwriting, under method of text entry, when you select handwriting, you then have the option of choosing whether it's on paper or handwriting on a screen. I really think that writing on a paper is preferable. I don't see students being very accurate or successful writing on a screen. So handwriting on a paper is what I'll select right now, but you do have the option of either one. Then you can note which handwriting accommodations, and you can put in more information about the text entry method. And then all of these are other really variables about your writing setup. So pre-writing strategies and activities, seating and positioning. There are some options you can check off, or you can describe what the seating and positioning is, and then software supports. And obviously at the end there's a lot of place where you can really document your student's setup. And in the other video about the test setup, I'll describe in detail why this is important and really how to use it within a full data collection system. So once you've set all of these options, then go down to hit Save Changes, and that if you're doing that for the first time, that'll become your test setup number one. And so when you go up, then your student can go to Tests and Exercises, and they can go down to either exercises for teens or children. It doesn't really make a difference. So I will choose exercises for children on the plus sign. Then I'm going to go down to Writing Methods, and then I'll go to Open Writing and select Open Writing Handwriting, and then I'll do Take Exercise. And so this is where your student would hit start timing. You'll see that there's an icon in the side here that's showing that the timing is happening in the background. Your student would be writing now on a piece of paper, writing like they would normally write. So right now the open writing just means write anything they want. You could have had a discussion about what the topic is or what they'll be writing about. And depending on if they do pause for thinking time, the website will record how many times they paused. So that's important for your data. And when they're done, they'll hit I'm done. And then once they're finished with the recording, it'll show how much time has elapsed. 30 seconds is the minimum. They would have to write for at least 30 seconds. And then your student hits take photo now. And I didn't actually write. I was just telling you how this works, so I don't have an image. But they can either take a picture of their writing or they can upload from a file. And I'm going to go back just so I can show you when you go to reports and you go to test setup report, this will show you what this would look like. So this is an example of some student writing that was an image that was uploaded. Taking a little bit of time to come in here. But this is a student handwriting image, and you do have the option of downloading that. So if your student is working remotely and you don't have the actual writing, this is a way of you seeing their writing and having the sample or the actual writing that they did. So you can download it if you want. And it transcribes the image. So I'm going to make this bigger here so you can see it. This is the text that was in the image. And you do have the option, this is under the student account. The student is not able to change their text, but under your admin account, you can change their text to make sure that it matches the image. So that's as simple as it is. It's finished. That's how your student does the handwriting. It's really very simple. Once they've done it once, they'll be able to do it any other time without really instruction, because it's a very simple process. There will be other videos that will highlight the test setup and also more information about the reporting and data collection in other videos.